Well, hello there everyone, and welcome back to another episode of Rocketcraft Season 2 with me, your host, DJ Haribo. How are you all doing? I hope you're all having a great day. And yes, I'm still wearing this derp head, but hopefully we're going to do something about that in this episode. I'm sick and tired of wearing this. But in the meantime, we've got a few materials gathered, and we are about to embark on a very, very cool new farm that I teased at the beginning of this episode, and it looks as though some comedian has tried to block my AFK spot in the nether with diamond doors. Yes, disgusting, ugly, dirty diamond doors. Look at them. Ugh. I can barely stand to look at them, let alone touch them. And yes, this particular person knows that I won't mind them, and so they tried to trap me in them. How fiendish. They think I'm not going to be able to get out. Luckily, they haven't encased me entirely in these things, and I can hopefully just mine my way out the side of it. Like that. I didn't even know that gap was there. But anyway, we're going to head on up to this area up here where I have done a ton of work. So that way leads to the frog farm, and that is something that Mojo's been doing to do with the Nether Hub main tunnel that runs through this area. Not entirely sure. And we're going to go check out this area over here. You can see a little bit there where I've been slabbing everything over here. That area that I showed you at the beginning of the episode has been transformed. It is now completely emptied out in the middle there, and we've got this huge lovely perimeter set up, and I've spawn proofed absolutely everything that I didn't need to mine out. There was a huge amount of Soul Sand Valley that needed to be mined out around this area, but we're on Sim 6, so we needed to create a large buffer zone around this non-spawnable area, and the best way to do that is with slabs. Stone slabs, because I have like an infinite amount of them from the stone generator, and they kind of look cool. As other people have pointed out, it kind of looks like a layer of ash has settled on all of the surrounding blocks around the nether here. And of course it's handy because it's right next to my portal as well. So we've got this huge area cleared out, and what are we going to put in it? Well, of course we're going to put a farm in it, aren't we? You could have guessed that. But what sort of farm? Well, it is a Soul Sand Valley, and of course you only get two types of mobs spawning in those, and that would be skeletons, which I don't need to be farming, or of course the ghasts. Now, as you all know, there is more than one way to skin a cat, and there is more than one way to farm a ghast, and this is one such farm that was put out by Silent Whisperer and built on our server right near the very beginning of Season 2 by V Hunted and Luke. And this, yeah, it works extremely well. And as you can see, the ghasts are spawning in. They get picked up on the minecarts that are travelling around and then chucked out to the trident killers, which are at either end. Last season, I had one that killed them via wither roses, which, while effective, it was pretty slow, but it did get some results over time, but I needed to AFK it a lot. And then there's the portal-based designs, which, as I'm sure many of us are aware, will be going away very soon because they're changing the way that light levels affect the spawning of mobs in the nether, so ghasts won't be able to spawn next to a nether portal. But for this farm, we're going to do something slightly different. And as you can see, yeah, it's Soul Sand Valley, but that is not the part of this pack that I need to be checking. It's Foxy's marker pack that you use the armor stands and a banner for. No, we need the chunk borders because it's a bedrock farm, and we need to work out where chunks are in relation to how we want to build this farm, because it's got to be chunk aligned, and this will probably be the middle part of it. And yeah, but we're going for a very different type of farm to those previous two. It's one that, again, Silent Whisperer has recently showcased using a new method developed by Groover Guy, which does involve minecarts still, but not in the way that you might think. So what I'm going to do is just spend a little bit of time marking out where exactly like the AFK spot of this farm is going to be, and the layout of the platforms that the ghasts are going to be spawning on. And like I say, this pack is just so handy for doing this sort of thing. If you're not using this pack, why not? It's so good. I know, like, obviously if you're only on a console, it's going to be hard for you to implement, but if you can, I really recommend you do it. And it also helpfully has a compass point, because this farm does need to be aligned. It needs to be facing north, and that does mean that I have dirt, and I've started building it the wrong way. I started it facing west. Whoops. So I'm going to just quickly take these blocks out, and we're going to start again. But the middle chunk can stay, but these ones are going to have to go. Right, so we've got the first layer in the right place this time. It's facing north from the AFK spot. And now we play the waiting game. We've got two minecarts set up at opposite ends, and we need to get a couple of ghasts to spawn in, because while you're building this farm, it's going to be incredibly annoying to have ghasts constantly spawning in and blowing stuff up. And there we go, we've got one, but that was on the wrong... That wasn't in one of the minecarts. That's not what we want. So we're just going to have to quickly fly away and hope that it either despawns, or we can shoot it with our hot guy bow. Is it there still? I think it's gone. So, and I failed to land on the platform. Right, so what we want to do is try and trap two of these ghasts in these two minecarts here, so that we can get on with building the rest of the farm in peace and quiet, without them blowing stuff up as we're trying to build it. So what we're going to do, we're going to try and encase them in glass. It's a foolproof plan. I've never trapped a ghast before and tried to keep it as a pet, but we're going to have to do that on this farm here. So I've put some glass around that one there, and we'll do the same on this minecart here, and then we'll just have to wait again to see how long it might take for a few ghasts to spawn in, and then we'll name tag them and then just keep them hostage here, because I don't know if you know, you can only ever have two ghasts in the sort of localized mob cap. In the mob density check on Bedrock, it's based on your sim distance, and let's just take these out, because we're not going to be putting those in just yet. So hopefully the two ghasts that are going to be trapped in this area are going to just make it so that no other ghasts can spawn whatsoever. That's the plan anyway. And oh, that was quite quick actually. As you can see, I have done a pretty good job of spawn proofing this area. So we've got some Me6 tags left over from the last episode, if you remember that. And I might as well use them on these things. But is he trapped enough that he can't see me? No, apparently he can. Well, would have got return to sender at least. Okay, so we've got another one trapped now, and hopefully this time there's the other one that can occupy the mobcat. Go away. I don't need you right here. No, 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 no! Stop blowing things up! Oh, they're so annoying. Why did I pick a ghast farm? Well, I'll tell you why. I didn't really need to build one. I just wanted to build one when I saw this tutorial. Oh, come on, guy. How much glass do you need around you? Seriously? How can you see me through that? Ah. Oh, well. Yeah, we're gonna have to rethink that. Okay, right. We've got one trap this time. A few extra blocks of glass, and now it can't detect us. Just like that. So now we can build the rest of this farm, the rest of this farm in peace and quiet without being blown up by the ghasts. Once I get another one trapped in at the other end, of course, because there could still be another one that could spawn in at any moment and blow up all the stuff that I'm building, which would be very upsetting because it's all scaffolding and minecarts balanced on top of them. And some activator rails, because this farm has this really cool, unique mechanism that Groover Guy has developed and pioneered, whereby it sort of spawns the ghast on a platform and immediately traps them in the minecart on that layer, and then just ejects them immediately, and they move upwards in like an elevator, and it just goes boop 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 all the way to the top and into the Trident Killer. So this is what it looks like when it's finished, guys. And I've still got my Me6 ghast trapped in the bottom there. The other one that got lost along the way somewhere, but fortunately we managed to build the rest of it in peace and quiet. And as you can see, we've got all these dancing minecarts. They're just jiggling away. That's because they've got like an activator rail under there, and they're just constantly chucking whatever is in them out. And they just get all the way up to the top. They just go boop boop boop. Whatever layer they spawn on, they just get automatically moved to the top incredibly quickly, and then into a Trident Killer. So this farm should be the fastest way that we can farm the ghasts on Bedrock as things stand. So unfortunately though, Me6 ghast has outlived its usefulness, and we are going to have to remove it because we need... God, listen to those trapdoors going absolutely mental up there. Sorry about that. I'm really sorry. I'm not really. So let's get rid of all this glass and let's crack on with the finishing touches to this farm. So that's it, pretty much finished now. It was a fair bit of work, but it was mostly the work like spawn-proofing the area and terraforming it so that it was suitable, because it was not an ideal spot for a ghast farm. As you saw at the beginning, there was a lot of land here. I've had to clear out so much Soul Sand Valley. So that's currently how you turn it on. But that's not really ideal because our AFK spot is all the way over there. So we're going to take out this on switch here, and we're going to move everything down a little bit and spawn proof it, of course, because we don't want anything spawning where we don't want it to. And basically we're just going to run a redstone line all the way back over to the AFK spot, and we need to count how many because it's a long way, and as you know the redstone signal only travels for 15 blocks. So we'll just put a couple more in, and then we'll put another repeater in. Right, so everything is done now. I've got this nice little AFK spot, and as you can see, the ghast, no matter what platform they spawn in, they just get moved straight up to the top really quickly, almost faster than the eye can see, and then they just get annihilated. And they tend to pack spawn in like twos anyway, so you might get two straight away. I'm pretty sure you are going to see one or two escape out of there. They just glitch out every now and then, but for the most part, like that there, but he managed to float back into it. I don't know what happened there, but for the most part, they all do get killed in the Trident Killers, which is awesome. So moving on to something completely different, we are over in our Halloween area, where we've all been building some lovely spooky Halloween builds ready for Halloween. And this area has been the person coordinating it is Alison, and she's done a great job of organising everything. She's laid out plots for everyone to build their own little special thing, and as you can see here, there's a balloon and an arm and a drain and a couple of spooky looking eyes. This is Cherry's build. I love this one. It's the classic scene from everyone's favourite film, starring everyone's favourite clown. But anyway, that plot, that's not got anything on yet. That one, this one here, the spooky bird, that is my one. Really pleased with that. That took so long to do. It's got a lot of the new vertical slabs and stairs and stuff, and someone's done a little bird poop pile underneath it. How mature. But as you can see, it is a lot of stairs and slabs that you wouldn't normally get in vanilla, along with the vertical slabs to add a bit of depth for the wings and stuff. It's a really cool build. I love that. It's a DJ Haribo original, that one. Spooky bird. I knew it'd get extra points with Alison because she loves her birds. And then you got this zombie reindeer here that Turtle did. You got the pumpkin house that Alison did, and Chef's Ghast, which looks amazing. Got Johnny's pumpkin golem thing here as well. There's just so many cool builds over here. Everyone's made such an effort. Sonic's done her like spooky skeleton disco dude thing there, and Luke's got this other spooky house in the background there. Spooky, that's the key word here today. And Josh has been putting together a little side quest that we'll cover in the next episode, but this is the haunted church or abandoned church that's the main part of it. And then this is my build here. This is like a sort of haunted house, and yeah, I'm pretty pleased with how it came out. I didn't really have an idea in mind of what I was going to do with this thing, but I just picked some blocks and went with it. As you can hear, you got a shrieker out the front there, that's the doorbell. So, I mean, I'm not the greatest when it comes to doing interior decorating, but I like to think I've done a reasonably good job with this. There's all the sort of functional things you would expect to find in a Minecraft build, including Eye of Newt. Yeah, that is an official Minecraft potion ingredient. You got a little kitchen area here out the back, a couple of suspicious stews. There's not much in the cupboards. If you were hungry and you came into this house looking for a meal, you might be disappointed. But yeah, there's all sorts of cool little touches here and there. And we'll take a quick look upstairs as well. You got the hallway here, you got the bedroom here. There's 3 beds. You'll see why in a moment. And again, there's just little odds and ends here and there. There's my favourite painting. You've got the alarm bell, another fireplace here, and then we can head up into the loft, or the attic, whatever you want to call it, where we have our witch's coven, and they are performing some sort of diabolical ritual involving a floating skull. Really cool. Again, it's something you just normally wouldn't be able to do in vanilla Minecraft, but because we've got the mob heads and the mini blocks and stuff, we can do that sort of stuff. But in the basement, there is a dark secret. Now, as you all know, I've been tagged for quite some time, and I thought now is the perfect opportunity to rid myself of this accursed derp head and this accursed tag, because people are going to be looking around these places, and you know what they say, curiosity killed the cat. But in this case, if you come poking around in this basement, you might get more than you bargained for. But we need to do a little bit of redstone trickery. We need we need a dropper, not a dispenser, and we're going to use a skulk sensor, which is something we've not actually done before. So we're going to set up a trap. We're going to waterlog it, and if we put in, let's say, a rotten flesh. And yeah, it does pick it up. Every time you move, this is why the skulk sensors are a little bit annoying. But yeah, every time you move, it's going to dispense that. So that is where our tag is going to be popping out from. And hopefully, they're not going to see it coming. So I'm just going to quickly pop into spectator mode and show you exactly what is going on here. So I've moved it back a little bit so the sensor doesn't pick you up until you're just walking into the room. I've surrounded it with wool, which you can't really see in spectator mode. It's not immediately obvious that it has got wool around it, except in the direction that it's going to be detecting people coming in from. Can we just also just take a moment to just appreciate how much we love spectator mode? It's amazing. Thank you so much, Mojang, for officially implementing spectator mode on Bedrock. It looks absolutely amazeballs. But anyway, this trap is now officially ready to go, and it is primed, and there is a tag in there, and the next unfortunate person that comes down into this cellar is getting it.
Ladies and gentlemen, we got him.
And there we have it, ladies and gents, our last tagging of Season 2, and of course it would be Luke, wouldn't it? Who else? He was poking around in the wrong places. He didn't expect it. Bless him. And that does mean he is officially undisputed tag master. He's been tagged like 7 times, I think. Sometimes, through just sheer carelessness. Sometimes he actually wanted it. But yeah, Demi was looking around with him. She was lucky she didn't get it. But Luke went in there first. And I was just lucky that I was in the area and I just managed to get over here in time to catch him coming out. And he's just updating the Discord to let everybody know the tag is now officially over. They can all rest easy. It's done. It's over. Finito. We're done here. It's over. And it has been so much fun. I do love tag. It's such a cool game. Originally by Grian in Season 6 of Hermitcraft. What a cool idea for a game, for a server. And Luke's going to wear the tag ked for a little while. We're not going to make him wear it for long, though, unless he really wants to, of course. But yeah, who else? Who else would it be but Luke? It does kind of suit him as well in his dirt pool outfit. And yeah, he gets to go fill out the last tag for the Wall of Shame. So anyway, that's the end of the episode, guys. What a way to end it. I hope you have enjoyed it, of course. It's always a lot of fun making these things. But if you did enjoy it, be sure to subscribe and hit the like and share and drop me a comment as well and let me know what you thought of the episode. But otherwise, I'll see you for another episode of Rocketcraft very soon. So take care and bye for now.